So this evening's topic, it is tackling belly fat. But first and foremost, for those of you that may not be familiar with me, I am Dr. Felicia, physiotherapist and certified health coach. I have been in the health and wellness industry for going on 10 years now, and I help women that are ready for change, that they want to go ahead and get ready to get off the hamster wheel of fad dieting, making the changes to their eating and their movement habits so that they're eating food that is actually good to and for their bodies. All right, so welcome, welcome. And this evening, anything that I do mention in this broadcast is not meant to be taken as medical advice. It is just general advice. I don't know the specifics of anybody's case. And a lot of information needs to be individualized when it comes to your health, wellness, nutrition, because literally everybody is different. So please do always, before you make any changes to your eating and movement regimen, please do consult your primary care physician, loop them in, and just make sure that it's something that is appropriate for you to be doing. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in here. The topic again, tackling belly fat. Okay, this seems to be one that a lot of persons struggle with. Okay, women and men. Okay, but this is about us ladies here this evening. So, belly fat. Some of us call it the muffin top, the fupa. Not only is it preventing us from looking how we want to in our clothes, it hurts our health. So it's actually a major risk factor in type 2 diabetes, in heart disease, and other health conditions. Okay, so it's important that we get this belly fat under control, right? So, what are some ways that you can tackle belly fat? First thing, you can eat more protein. So protein helps to keep you fuller longer, okay? It's not the only macronutrient, but one of them that helps to keep you fuller longer, okay? Protein is the building block of muscle. So it's going to give you more of a toned appearance as you lose the belly fat, okay? So protein, very important for building muscle, okay? It's kind of like the cement blocks that we use here in this country to build homes, buildings, other structures, okay? It's going to be hard to have a strong structure without having those cement blocks, right? Okay. I don't know what's going on with my ring light, y'all. It's like my ring light is tired, keeps like dropping down. So pardon me if you keep seeing me adjust. Okay, so definitely it helps with general weight loss. So when I work with my clients, it is something that I would recommend to a lot of persons, not all of them, because again, it has to be a little bit more individualized. And eating more protein is good for general weight loss, not just losing belly fat, but just weight loss in general. Okay, because you want to have healthy macronutrients in your diet in the correct proportion that is going to keep you fuller longer so that you're not reaching for the unhealthy snacks in particular, right? You want to be full, but you want to be full with the right things, okay? And like I said, protein is one of them. So examples of protein, lean meat, so not like really fatty cuts of meat, very lean meat, right? And then also fish, eggs, tofu, beans. Okay, some of the usual suspects, right? All right, so what's the second way to tackle belly fat? Okay, reduce alcohol intake. Okay, we know like we call it the bear belly. Okay, I know that we've all seen it. Okay, I don't know if anybody on here has one. I suspect not. But belly fat can occur due to different reasons, right? For some people, it's because of excessive alcohol intake. Now, alcohol can, of course, harm your liver and it can increase your cancer risk, and it can also have several other negative effects on your health, right? So, it also increases the risk of central obesity or belly fat, which we're here to talk about this evening, in excess amounts, according to research. So, this is proven by research, okay? So, cutting back on alcohol intake may reduce waist size. Okay. So keep it to one drink or less a day, one alcoholic beverage or less a day. Now, the cancer guidelines or recommendations dictate that you can have 2 a day if you're male. They always get a higher amount because, generally they're bigger than ladies. Ladies, 1 drink a day. Okay, so for us, no matter what, if it's reducing your cancer risk that you're looking to do, or if it is uh, bringing down your waist size in inches, then definitely that's something that you want to do. Okay, and good evening to those that have joined the stream since I made my intro. Good evening, and thanks for popping in. So, a third thing that you can do to help and tackle belly fat. Don't consume much sugary foods or drinks. So even sugar that's in the form of fructose, so like from eating your fruits and things like that, it's still linked to heart disease if you have it in a high amount. Okay, so type 2 diabetes, obesity, and fatty liver disease, they are all linked to increased sugar intake. So this can include things like soda, sweet tea. Okay, if you're in the South and you're a drinker of sweet tea, fruit juice, surprisingly, right? So fruit juice still contains a lot of sugar. And so you will want to limit even your intake of that if losing belly fat or losing weight in general is something that is a goal for you. And even honey. So the natural sugars as well, not even just added sugars, even the natural sugars, we'd have to control what's the amount in which we're going to take these things in. Okay. So high sugar intake and increased belly fat, they are related. So no matter what the sugar source is. 4. So the fourth thing that you can do to help and reduce belly fat. Resistance training, you could call it strength training or lifting weights. So lifting preserves muscle mass and encourages the gain of additional muscle mass. This is why it's important that as a person loses weight, especially if it's a rapid weight loss or if a person has a lot of weight to lose, a lot of persons, we see them end up with a lot of loose skin. So at the same time that a person is losing fat, they want to take into consideration that they're going to start and tone at the same time as well. And a good way to do that is with weights. So a study in overweight teens showed a combination of strength training and aerobic exercise led to the greatest reduction in visceral fat. Okay. And that's like visceral fat is like the fat that's around your organs or in your abdominal area. It's a fancy way of saying belly fat. Number 5, get restful sleep. So we're getting into a couple of things here. There may be a few things on the list that may surprise you. You may not have realized that getting adequate rest and getting good quality rest is related to belly fat and weight gain. So sleep helps weight loss. If you didn't know, now you know. Studies show that people who don't get enough sleep gain more weight, which could include belly fat. A 16-year study involving more than 68,000 women found that sleeping less than 5 hours a night caused the likelihood of weight gain to increase, more so than sleeping 7 hours or more at night. Okay, so you have a right to get your sleep and you have a lot of good reasons to do it too. One of them is to reduce your belly fat. Okay, so don't take for granted the benefits of a good night's rest and having a habit of getting a good night's rest. Okay, not just one night, but it's all about creating those habits and being able to create that sustainable change. So lifestyle changes. So to keep these things up is really the important thing. It's easy to do it for, a week or two, but could you do it for a lifetime? Could you really let it become ingrained and become a part of you? Like, this is what I do. I was watching, I think someone's reel, and she's a nurse and she was going through what her average day is like. And at the end, she said she gets into bed at 7 or 8 p.m. I was like, what? I don't know. Like, I would have to do some serious like planning and mapping out of my day to be like, I can get in my bed by 7 or 8. Although I don't think I could actually fall asleep at 7 or 8. Hello, Riri 007. Thanks for joining. So, yes, very, very important. Okay. And that is a good quality sleep is of importance as well. But sometimes you can get into bed at a decent hour, but still wake up in the morning feeling just tired, groggy, cranky, like you didn't have enough rest. And a lot of the times that's because you may have woken up several times, you may have tossed and turned, you may have not gotten into a very deep sleep or that REM sleep. So the quality of sleep matters. And then this is how we get into how these different pillars of wellness, how they overlap. Because then you have to look at, okay, belly fat is related to it would fall under the category of physical wellness. Getting the proper sleep, though, could be affected by stress, okay, which could be due to maybe having poor mental or emotional or occupational wellness. So if you're laying in bed and you can't get to sleep, then this could be an issue, right? And then here it comes, belly fat, okay? And then stress is a factor that's said to cause belly fat for more than one reason. This isn't in my list, but because there's cortisol that is related to stress, you create more cortisol in your body when you're stressed, and then that causes more belly fat also. So you see how all of these different spheres overlap. It's not really I was not supposed to say this until the end, but I just have to put this in right here. It's not really enough to just be like, well, okay, I'm going to just take care of my physical health. How do you really just take care of like just pluck out that one thing and be like, well, I'm just going to take care of my physical health, not take care of your mind, not take care of your emotional wellness. They all play off of and affect one another. So it's so hard to truly be well and exist in a state of wellness when two or three of the things are out of whack. You have really good physical wellness, but, mental and emotional are a mess. Occupational is a mess. Environmental is a mess. Is almost impossible to really achieve wellness in that way, because then, something is messed up. But, it takes a little help sometimes. We have to learn how to reach out and get help. Okay, all of us, because we're all on a journey. It's a journey to wellness. It really is. It's not something that you just get there all in one day. So I just wanted to mention that right there. Okay, so, and don't worry, I'm gonna get through to reading a couple of these comments when I get to the end. Just a little bit more. Y'all know I don't usually keep y'all too long. All right. So, number 6, eat more fiber. Fiber is another thing that helps to keep you full, okay? Like protein. So, it helps you to feel full so you'll eat less and have less body fat because you're eating less, right? This is making sense? So, a research study in 1,100 adults, pardon me, found that for every 10 grams, I almost said kilograms, 10 grams increase in soluble fiber intake, belly fat gain reduced by 3.7% over 5 years. So this was a study in which they followed persons for a long period of time. It was an observational study. So this is like over time. What I think is important to drive home here also is that, it's 3.7% reduction. Okay, over 5 years. So I highlight that point in order to let people know too. It's important to stay consistent because it takes a while. Everybody wants it to be instant these days, right? Everybody wants it to be fast. And this is just not the reality of life. Like in many areas, it generally takes time. And hopefully while it's taking time, you're developing good habits. So then you will be able to sustain these changes over time and not just like gradually like gain it back. All right, so examples of high fiber foods are things like flax seeds, blackberries, avocados, and legumes. It's avocado season here in the Bahamas. Who's been getting in their avocado? Anybody have avocado today? Stick an avocado emoji in the comments if you had avocado today or even this week. Okay, so we're getting in our avocado. Of course, we do want to be mindful of the quantity in which we have it, okay, because we do have to keep our calories in check as well if we want to get our belly fat down. Number 7, do more cardio. It improves your heart health, of course, reduces cancer risk, and helps you to burn calories. According to research, is one of the most effective ways to lose belly fat. So, like, put a big asterisk next to that one. So, cardio is real important. That's an oldie but a goodie, and that's, I'm sure, something that you have heard before. I see one avocado there in the comments. I had it this morning too. Did I have it this morning? I had it this morning, and I had it for lunch as well, on like a vegan, on an Impossible Burger. You know, I don't know who else here likes to like do different things on their burger, like mix it up. No cheese. I put avocado, couple of slices, like 3 thin slices of avocado on there instead. It was good. All right, so hopefully that means that will help me, keep my belly fat under control. Okay. So a note on menopause gut. I have a few persons that ask me about, how to handle this menopause, right? And menopause gut, this lady came, she grabbed it, but she said, what do I do for this menopause gut? So one study found that postmenopausal women lost more fat from all areas, belly included, and when they did 300 minutes of aerobic exercise versus those that did 150 minutes. So interesting. The weekly recommendation for exercise by the ACSM, American College of Sports Medicine, is 150 minutes a week. They doubled up in order to get that good belly fat loss. Okay, they doubled up. So that tells us that we might have to put an increase on what we're doing. Now, the guideline is 150 minutes, but it actually starts at 150 minutes, and that's moderate intensity exercise. And also, the jury is still out on whether for belly fat, where it comes to the cardio with the intensity of the exercise, if that should be moderate or whether that should be high intensity. Okay, so, but I mean, the important thing is to get up and do something. Like, you have to first get up and start doing something before you can see if it's going to work for you. And that's a lot of what like the health coaching is really about, because it's a lot of like tweak, 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 tweak to figure out, hey, what's the best combination that's going to work for a person? Yes. Wow. Someone says wow here in the comments. Yes, that's a big wow. 300 minutes. So, I was thinking, I don't know who needs to up their amount of exercise in a week if they want to hit that target. I will raise my hand. So, 8. This is one that, of course, you would probably all know. You've heard this before, I'm sure. Cut back on carbs. So, consuming less than 50 grams of carbs per day causes belly fat loss in people who are overweight, at risk for type 2 diabetes, and women with PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. Okay? Because, of course, one of the side effects of that can be like weight gain. So, definitely. All right. So, less carbs, it does help. Okay? That one is a oldie but a goodie. But again, I'm going to like get into a point at the end, which is the end is near. All right, so the Birmingham Heart Study showed that people with the highest consumption of whole grains were 17% less likely to have excess abdominal or belly fat than those who consume diets high in refined grains. Okay, so we're always thinking like things that are less processed. So you always go for things that are more leaning towards whole foods. So if you're going to have carbs, have the ones that are more in the category of whole foods rather than things that went through a lot of processing or refinement. Okay, number 9. This one may surprise you, and just as likely, maybe you have heard this one before. Drink green tea. It contains caffeine, okay, and the antioxidant EGCG, which is epigallocatechin gallate, okay? So they both boost metabolism. So both EGCG and caffeine boost metabolism. I believe we spoke about this, if I'm not mistaken, back during our intermittent fasting live stream. If I'm not mistaken, we were talking about this. They were saying, it's some good things that you can still like drink while you're doing the intermittent fasting. And green tea was one of them, and also black coffee. Okay, so again, it's going to help and speed up your metabolism. Of course, you're not going to pile the coffee or the green tea full of sugar or even honey. Okay, especially if you're intermittent fasting and trying to lose belly fat. So combine drinking tea with exercising, okay, to get some enhanced results. And number 10, intermittent fasting. So if you missed the intermittent fasting live stream, be sure that you scroll back. It's going to be nice and easy to find that video on Facebook if you check out Adderley Physiotherapy. And if you don't already, follow us over there. What are you doing? Go ahead and give me a follow on Adderley Physiotherapy on Facebook, here on Instagram at I am Dr. Felicia. Same thing on TikTok. Same thing on YouTube. Okay, so that's what you will find me listed as on all of those platforms. Okay, go ahead, give a like, follow, subscribe, whatever is appropriate for those channels. So, the basic idea of intermittent fasting, they have several different ways that it can be done. Okay, because they could do 3-5, they could also do 3-5. You could also do, because you could do like days like off and on. You could do like every other day, or you could do 16-8, which is an 8-hour eating window, 16-hour fasting window. So many different types and ways to do the intermittent fasting. And what's encouraged is to perhaps try a few different ones and see what works best for you, having to take into consideration things like if you are diabetic, etc. Right? Got to take those things into consideration, which is why it's good to either be working with a health coach and looping in your physician to see, like, what is appropriate and safe for you to do. And what's excellent is when people can work together in a team of healthcare professionals to get the best results for the client. Okay, we should all be like working together to get to the common goal, which is to have better health for all, right? All right. So let's see. That is like mostly that is my presentation. Let's see. Jamie Gove says that lack of sleep is definitely her issue. It can be for a lot of persons for many different reasons. I would say, as for female entrepreneurs, yes, I think during, if people are working remotely still, yes, it happens sometimes, even to the best of us. Inspiration can sometimes strike you if you're creative. It can strike you, at that moment that you're intending to lay down and go to sleep, and the next thing you know, it's 1:30 in the morning. You know, so but it takes a lot of different strategies to try to consistently get to bed on time. Every now and again, you might miss the mark, but you want that to be an every now and again and not a consistent thing, because it does take its toll over time. And let's see, Riri007 says that intermittent fasting definitely works. So some persons have like great success with that. All right. And, again, it's sometimes you got to find like what's best for you. My note now at the end of all of these 10 points is that, these are things that are going to work in combination, and you need the correct combination for you. So I couldn't just say, let me just drink some green tea and watch this belly fat just melt off. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's probably not going to yield the best result. The same way that just exercising is not going to do it without the component of the nutrition. You can't just be exercising. You go to the gym and then it's like, well, let me swing by McDonald's and get a Big Mac and fries and supersize it. And, let me get a big orange soda with that. we're going to have an issue. We're going to have a no weight loss issue, a no belly fat loss issue. So you're going to work so hard, and then it's like just undo all of the work. So when you really think about, what are you doing? What is the effort that you're expending? And are you actually undoing your own effort just by maybe not making the best choices with the nutrition? Okay. Or do you have the nutrition together but no exercise, and then you're kind of missing the benefits of those things, right? So exercise definitely, and movement has its benefits. Okay. Which least of which is not reduced cancer risk, which is really important. There's a very high rate of particularly breast cancer here in the Bahamas, and a startling percentage of persons will get cancer in their lifetime. So it's important that we're doing the things to keep ourselves healthy and give ourselves the best chance. Nothing is foolproof, but you have to at least be making the effort, not just like maybe throwing caution to the wind, because you want to live a good quality of life while you are here. Okay. All right, y'all. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments or in the question queue at this time, and I will go ahead and field those questions for you. While I'm waiting to see if you have any questions, just my couple of end of broadcast announcements. Of course, one-on-one health coaching with me is available whenever you're ready to take this a step further and taking your health in hand so that you can get to that fabulous future. Okay, no one wants to be in the rocking chair when they are in their 60s, 70s, or even 80s. I would like to see us all still going, still out there, still traveling, okay, still doing things, still enjoying life, still able to run around with kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever the case may be. Okay, just really still mobile, still in our right minds, trim and healthy, able to just do whatever it is that we want to do. So try to picture yourself, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now. What do you want your life to look like? It's important. Okay, I'm working on something big. Thanks to those that answered the poll question in the stories. That was yesterday that I posted it. I'm not sure if it's still there. And it was a question about, what's your biggest like really health and wellness challenge? And these things like really help me to know what it is that you need to find out about. Okay. And it's really going to help me to be able to better serve you. So I truly appreciate each and every one of you that takes that extra moment to just, whenever it's time to vote in the poll, answer a question. The questions are not random. 9 times out of 10, they're not random. I'm asking for a specific reason so that I know what it is that you need, from me to help you. Okay, so I'm working on something. Watch out for the details of that are going to be kind of released soon. I'm going to be putting some things in the stories, kind of like showing you, taking you behind the scenes while I'm going through the creation process, continuing to ask you questions and feedback so that you can be a part of the process. Okay, so definitely look out for that. Concierge PT service or therapy service is still available for anybody that either themselves or they have a loved one that needs therapy service but they cannot get out to the clinic. Just go ahead and contact me, whether that is via DM, instant message, whether it is on WhatsApp. Just go ahead and get in contact with me. I'm a little bit slower on the company messenger, so DM, let's see, and WhatsApp are going to be the fastest ways to reach me. Even when people email, I get those pretty fast as well and respond. So go ahead and just contact me, and then I will be sure to reach back out to you, get the details, and link you up with a caring and competent therapist to come out to your location. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and let me know if you'd like to see like more things over there. Let me know so that I know if to put that in my plan for 2023. Be sure to follow on Instagram and like on Facebook. Okay, so still so much more in store. It's an exciting process. I'm working hard. I'm like kind of like in a business development creation kind of process with a group of persons between this week and next week. So it's like an intensive creation process. And it's been awesome. It's a great group of people. The energy is amazing. I love to join communities where it's like that. And it really helps to like encourage you and like really pep you up and give you that little extra oomph. Be around people that are really trying to do something similar to what you're doing. Not exactly the same, but like close enough that you can help and support each other along the journey. So stay tuned. I'm gonna try and remember to like take some little selfies and stuff like that so y'all can see us along the way. Okay, so I have a question here. Does my health coaching include all of these aspects? Which specifically, I'll try my best to answer, but if you could give me a little bit more detail, that would help. Okay, so basically, the one-on-one health coaching, it is going to be tailored. So, see, everybody won't need the same thing. So, what I do is I create a framework, and it's after having a conversation with the prospective health coaching client. And so when I do that, the first step would be to contact me about scheduling a call. Okay. You want to get that. It's something of a discovery call. Some people may call it a discovery call. Okay. But it's like a wellness assessment call. Okay. And we sit down and we discuss, what are your goals? What are the things that you think that you need? What do you want to accomplish? Okay. And how do you think the coaching could help you? That kind of thing. So, and what are your expectations? And so then based on that, I would create a plan for you, like a perspective plan. And then we'll go over that so that if there's any changes or anything that's specific, then we can go ahead and I can tweak it for you because everybody doesn't need the exact same thing. So it's not a cookie cutter approach. Everybody really and truly needs something different. And there's really a genetic component to it as well because everybody is not the same. Everybody actually, like genetically, like cannot take the same like nutritional plan. Sometimes it's all the way down to the genetics why something will work for one person and not another. So, people feel like, okay, well, I can just pull something off the internet. And people feel that way about almost everything now because the internet is there and so much information is available at your fingertips, but not everything is appropriate for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody, as they say, right? So we cover a lot in the health coaching, and it takes some time, so be prepared to be in it. I would say at least for 3 months if you want to see some results. My coaching packages start at 3 months. I don't work with anybody for anything less than 3 months. Okay. But like I said, like look out for I have some thoughts and some things coming your way soon. I don't know if that I hope that answered the question. I hope that it did. Okay. So if there are any more questions, now is a good time to go ahead and drop that in the question queue. Okay. And that is pretty much what I have for you this evening. I feel like I'm about 10 minutes over my time. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up. Okay. So I will see you all next week. Well, I won't really see you. You will see me. Okay. I will see your comments and I will field your questions. Okay. I will be back, Lord's willing, next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, back on these same social outlets. And I will be here with another topic to hopefully help and expand your knowledge in the area of health and wellness, something that you can apply to your life, of course, with the sanction of your primary care physician. And remember that I'm here to help in the best, however I can. Okay, I'm here to help in the best way that I can to help you to improve your health. Let's see. Rain says, yes, it did. I answered the question. Thank you. You're welcome. And Riri007 says, thank you. Informative as always. Wonderful. So I always hope that you get something out of these streams, even if it is just one thing. Don't be shy about letting me know what it is that you want to talk about on future streams, so I know that what you're interested in and what are the other ways that I can support you. Hi, Erica. Good to see you. We're just wrapping up here. We were talking about tackling belly fat. Okay, but this will be up later for persons that may have missed the beginning and want to go ahead and catch up. Okay, so this is Dr. Felicia signing off here for the evening, making the world healthier, one woman at a time. Bye.